The Assortment Cleanup feature in the KORONA Plus package helps you manage unsold or low-performing products by assigning them to a separate assortment, or alternatively, these items can be delisted, causing them to be unavailable for order as you may not want to restock these underperforming products. Additionally, this cleanup feature can be set to run at intervals of your choice or run manually. Now that we've given you a bit of a rundown of how this works, let's show you how to set it up. All right, to use this Plus package feature, let's go to Sales and Assortments. And for this demonstration, we'll use the liquor assortment I created here. We're going to look for this Configure Assortment Adjustment section. That's where you're going to set up this cleanup. There's a section called Products. This will determine which products are applicable for this cleanup. The default is this top option here, which is set to, in the last 3 months, this product has not been sold more than 0 times. So if it hasn't had any sales in the past 3 months, it will apply to this. And then there's this second option here, which we'll talk about a little bit later. For products that have no stock, we can determine if we want them to be delisted or if we want them to be transferred to an assortment of our choice or creation. And same goes for if they have stock. Most of the time, you may want to delist items that don't have any stock and haven't sold in the past 3 months. So chances are you're probably not going to be ordering it anytime soon. And then for have stock, maybe you want to transfer these items to an assortment of our creation called in need of review or slow sellers or whatever you would like to call it. Next, we have the option to automate this process. So we can automate the creation of these cleanups for our review and our booking later, or we can automate the whole thing where it creates them and also books them after a certain amount of days. One other thing of note is that we can add a tag to different products to exclude them from these cleanups. One of the main use cases here would be any seasonal products. So maybe I want to add a tag of seasonal product there. So that way it ignores any of those products because, of course, if it's seasonal, it won't be being sold. If it's like a winter product, it's not going to be sold in the middle of July or what have you. So we may want to avoid delisting it or transferring it into these other assortments. All right, let's move back up to this product section so we can talk about this secondary option. So instead of focusing on products that haven't sold in the last 3 months, we're instead going to focus on products that have sold in the last 3 months, but they haven't contributed at least 2% to your entire marginal income. Now, there's also this additional option to select absolute marginal income or relative marginal income. Now, what that essentially means is if it's set to absolute, it will include all days within the past 3 months, including days where this product wasn't in stock. Whereas relative marginal income will focus only on days that this product was possibly sold. All right, let's move back up to the product section and we'll talk about this secondary option we can select. So instead of products that haven't sold in the past 3 months, we're going to focus on products that have sold that haven't met the set percentage of the entire marginal income that we have here. We can also change the amount of months that we're pulling from for our sample size. And we can select if we want to assess the absolute marginal income or the relative marginal income. So the absolute marginal income is going to be across the past 3 months, regardless of if the product that's being assessed was in stock or not. Whereas the relative marginal income will only assess days in the past 3 months that this product was available to be sold.